Hey up, now then, quick little intro to this week's video. I ain't got a bike. I'm literally in the workshop dusting off the cobwebs from my wheels because the bike is still in the shop. If you watched the last video, you'll have seen my motor shredded the belt just as I was about to go and do a big step down, which is easy to say you're going to do when you don't have to do it. But genuinely, I was pumped, I was ready to do it, and then the motor went. So it's in the bike shop in Beverley in East Yorkshire at Minster Cycles. Specialised have agreed to put a new motor in it. The motor's on its way. It should have arrived yesterday. They should have fitted it today, and I should get a phone call tomorrow morning, ready for the weekend. So fingers crossed. If you're watching this, it's probably because you already subscribed to the channel and it's just lobbed it at you. Massive thank you to you if that's the case. Really appreciate it. If you don't and you found this video weird, but yeah, just click subscribe down below. Don't cost out. It's easy enough, innit? Yeah, please, that'll be really appreciated. But yeah, little intro to this week's video because I've got nothing. I've filmed nothing. I've looked back through all my GoPro footage from the last sort of year or so, and I've found a day which I'd never documented, never put on YouTube, which was back in February, where me and a friend of mine, Stephen Rose, went on a mountain biking coaching course. We found a guy online called Michael Guildford, who runs a company called Rideabout, based in sort of Sheffield area, knocks about in Wharncliffe and Grenside and all around there. And he offers like very basic sort of training courses. And both Stephen and I thought it would be a good laugh, it would be a good experience, and we might even learn something. So we put our money where our mouth was and paid him and went and met him. And this is what happened. Traffic update, we are parked on the M18 now. Blockage is clear. I repeat, the blockage is clear. You still sound a little groggy, mate.
No, I don't even. I feel like shit, mate. I feel like proper.
Bike's clean though.
Oh yeah.
It's because it's done nothing all week, has it?
No.
Oh, I didn't know you got XO1.
Hi there.
Hi.
Michael, how you doing?
Are you Stephen?
I am. That's Steve.
Darren, how you doing?
How's it going?
Right.
Yeah, nice to meet you. This is where he says no e-bikes allowed.
Yeah.
Take whichever line you want.
Yep.
Okay, it's a really tight right, and then you're going to go into a bit of a steep section, straight down some gravelly bits, and then little twist round a couple of corners, then down another little sort of rooty bit.
Yep.
Then we're going to come back out onto the fire road.
Right.
Okay, so you don't know if you don't want to do all of it, that's fine, because I know it's a big push up. You could just maybe do the bit at the bottom or the bit at the top and just session the bits you want. You guys can probably just right. What I think we'll do is we'll just focus on this first section then.
Yeah.
Just rolling around here, around the steep turn, okay, Darren, if you want to go further, that's fine. You'll sort of have to stop on the steep bit and push back up or ride back up. You can always pop out on the far road there and come back if that's easier. It's up to you, but might be easier for you just to push back up. You're not pedaling otherwise. So let's work on this. What I'll do is let's just so you can see, just going to give you a little demo of what we're sort of working on. What I just want to show you here is with a section like this, what we can work on is pressure control. Okay, and just by really sort of simple shifts in your body weight and just bending your arms and legs a little bit, basically, you can make a lot of this flow a lot easier, particularly something like this turn here. So what I've seen already is the tendency when we get to here, go, oh, this is steep, I'm going to do this, and you let the wheel roll into it. You actually got to do the opposite of that, because the front wheel is going to be turning on something steep, so it needs to have pressure on it.
Yeah.
The same amount of pressure, really.
That makes sense,
wheel.
yeah.
So even if we get to here, and I'm going to do a little bit of an endo turn and pick the front wheel up with a little bit of pressure there, when I come into it, I'm going to be centred.
Yeah.
Because that's going to drive. I might wash out a little bit as I come out of it, that's fine. It's not really a big issue. We're really just trying to get that centre position coming into it. You can make it a little bit easier by coming out a little bit wider, but then your back wheel's going to be dropping down there. Or you can come out nice, really wide there, but you've probably actually got a bit of a steeper turn. Okay, and then to warm you up to that, coming down here, you can practice that same movement. So rather than going back as that front wheel goes down those rooty bits, you come forwards, okay? And you push into the bike and then absorb it up the other side to carry your momentum. Yeah. So just try and pay attention to the sort of body movements I'm doing. I'm going to do it, trying to keep it nice and steady, but you do need a bit of momentum to go up the other side. Yeah. Okay? This, I'm going to bend my arms.
See if I can get around this bloody corner. Did it, but slowly.
Keep going. Fire at the bottom.
So we've just done a bit of stopping practice, just trying to learn how to shave off a lot of speed quickly, sort of one bike length, by digging your heels in and going from sort of attack position to pulling back. And it's a technique that I think I sort of do naturally anyway, but just practicing it, doing it one after another, again and again, and you sort of realise that, you know, a lot of mountain biking is about technique, and practicing those techniques doesn't have to be reserved for when you're halfway down a steep trail following your friends. You can just practice the techniques. So Michael's put out a bit of an obstacle course just with some cones, just to try and force our eye as we go down this hill. It's a little bit sloppy, a little bit techy, not very steep, but steep enough to get you out your comfort zone if you're not used to it, definitely. So yeah, good to have a go. You can hear I'm knackered. I'm paying for this as well. You've missed it.
So this bit here, everyone's going for the rut here. This is actually quite a good bit to use the technique of basically use to go flow through rough stuff. In terms of what we're doing today, just in terms of time, We haven't got time to sort of go over more to the rougher stuff. Just I'm aware that in terms of finding something that's going to be good for everyone to work on, it's not going to be involve a bit of moving around, and it'll take up a bit of time. So we're going to sort of stay here for the rest of the session. But in terms of flowing through rough stuff, this is a good section to work on for that. So when you're coming into this, what we're all doing at the moment, like we've done there, is we're trying to get low coming into it so we can push through it. Now when you're trying to flow through rough stuff, you're actually going to do the opposite. So let's say we're going to take this, let's say there's a better line coming into it, you can actually take some of this sort of rougher line on the outside there, for example, if we're going to try and flow through this. And what you would do coming into here is you'd be taller on the bike and you'd try and absorb this whole section.
Just let the bike move up underneath you.
And let the bike move up and down underneath you. Because it is a fairly straight line until you get to the bottom where you have to turn. So you try and let the bike move up and down underneath you, absorb it, and then push down out the bottom. Okay, so it's a slightly different technique to sort of what we've been, well, it's a very different technique to what we've been talking about so far. Where we're trying to push the bike into things, we're actually going to try and absorb it. There's not very much else here where you sort of use that technique, to be honest, but this is quite a good one because you can use it to take, rather than coming into this rut, you can use it to take this line over the top here. So you come over the top of this here, you come into a bit wider, rather than getting into the rut, you ride across the rut, out across the outside here. And that's quite a good, you need to be able to push out at the bottom to get the bike to turn at the bottom.
Well, that's miles easier. Why didn't we do that in the first place? Let go of the brakes, let go of the brakes. Yes, Rose. Right, Michael set us up a new line into this steep chute here. It's not the biggest in the world, but there's a tree directly at the bottom, so we're trying to avoid that. So it's all about speed control, managing that before we get to the crest of the, or the brow of the hill if you like. So let's give it a go. Comes Will, another lad on the course. He's coming out that fast. Nice. Oh, control.
Someone on fire.
It's your rear brake.
It's been on 4
But then,
minutes.
Wah, wah, wah.
PCBs you've got in. Yeah, it's my brake pad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Organic. You made out of leaves.
Right. I thought my lever's firmed right up since that.
You only ride slow, don't you? Don't know where he's gone. Oh, he's down there. Just about make him out. Yes. Yes. That did just happen. Oh. I don't mind you being behind me because I know that you'll brake and you'll slow.
Yeah.
It's when you're out in front, I feel more pressure to try and keep you in the video, to keep you in, you know, keep you in eye shot, and I end up going above my capabilities trying to catch you up.
Right, okay.
And it's daft.
Sorry,
but I aren't going to be able to do that double that you fucking do. I don't know how you.
It's a bit sloppy. I had to pull for it then.
Yeah, I don't know
That's the
you.
first time I've done it today.
I don't know how you come round that corner and immediately pop.
No brakes.
Shut up, no
No,
brakes.
seriously, no brakes round them berms.
Shut up, no brakes.
Yeah, you rode that really well.
I enjoyed the top half. I'm much prepared. On this climb out the woods. Now the wind's dropped down. You might be able to hear me actually speak. So just finished riding session in Wharncliffe Woods, heading back up to Grenside now where I parked my car. We met up this morning with Michael Guildford, who's mountain bike coach, and took us for a little session in the woods. It was steep technical descent training. I said training, it was more of a coaching session, him giving some advice after years of riding and coaching. We got some invaluable advice really, especially about body position actually on the bike. I've always been guilty of thinking that when it gets steep you need to be leant backwards as far as you can, get over the back wheel so your bum is nearly touching the tyre. But actually when you get into steep technical stuff, especially if it's short little bits of descent where there's a root or a rock or something like that, actually being more central on the bike or further forward, so you've got that grip and you can, you know, the front wheel does what you need it to do. Just talking about that and going through some exercises has been absolutely invaluable, honestly. I've just had a quick blast down Carlin tree, well 2 or 3 crashes. I ended up off the bike actually, bit embarrassing, but it is what it is. But yeah, no, the other 2 runs I've had down were so good, putting into practice what I'd learned, trying to get past my threshold of speed, what I feel comfortable at, and generally just an all-round brilliant day. Well worth the money. All the prices for Michael's coaching sessions are on his website. I'll put a link in the description obviously. Yeah, I can't recommend it enough. Even if you're a well-established mountain biker and you've been riding for years, I'm sure there is something that you will pick up off the course, and it's generally a good morning out as well. We've had a good laugh, met some new people, got some new friends who we'll probably go riding with again. So even just for that, for the social aspect, it's been absolutely brilliant. Yeah, not a lot more I can say really. I have had an off. I've put it in the video, which you'll see. So my legs hurting a little bit and I'm a little bit tired, but it is what it is. It's all good fun. What a day.